One, two, one, two. Welcome to the After the Bell DJs Talking WWE. We are recapping Monday Night Raw in Seattle, Washington. Tonight on Raw, we got Judgment Day turning on Finn Balor, Bayley becoming our number one contender, Oba passing his toughest test yet against Rusev. Danhausen curse may have changed the match outcome. CM Punk closes the show with his promo and all that good stuff. Joining us tonight, I got my brother, of course, representing Virginia, David. What up, David? How's it going, man?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing well. And join us once again, representing Chicago, our man DJ Heavy. Darren, what's good, bro? How are you, man?
Good. How you guys feeling tonight, man? Good?
Doing well, man. I'm glad Raw picked it up because that show started out very slow. I was like, this is. I was texting David. I was like, I don't know about this show. This is not a great one. But then things turned around. So, overall, I ended up happy. All good. So let's go ahead and recap it. So our opening segment, we got Adam Pearce calling out Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring, demanding he comes out. And then, I don't know, we got probably, 12, 15 masked men start surrounding the ring. And then they all start doing like the little shell game shuffle of who's who. And then finally Rollins reveals himself. And Pierce basically tells Rollins like, hey, man, I don't care that you want to beat up the Vision. I don't like them either. But you're not medically cleared. We can't have you doing this. And, of course, the Vision comes out. So Logan Paul, Austin Theory come out. Both have microphones, which I feel like is a mistake in Austin Theory's case. That boy is just not getting over. He's trying. He's just not getting over. So one thing, though, and I'll bring this up first. So as the Vision comes out, of course, they try to do like the little masked man shuffle again as Seth kind of gets whisked away, I guess you could kind of say. But as that all is happening, I noticed this in the crowd. Now, David, so you're going to be a good one to ask here, Darren. David thought the crowd was yelling, Logan sucks. But I was looking at the crowd's faces, and it looked like they were saying, Cody sucks. What did you hear, Darren?
I heard Logan sucks.
Okay, all right. So maybe it's me, maybe...
I saw Logan reacting to it. I mean, it'd be weird if they all just started chanting "Cody sucks" in the segment. Had nothing to do with him.
Yeah, well, I thought it was weird. In fact, I texted David. I was just like, "Whoa, that's kind of crazy." All right, so maybe it was Logan. Maybe I was kind of mishearing it. But anyway, going back to that real quick,
which speaks to how great over Logan is as far as a heel, because nobody cared.
Oh yeah,
he was even in the ring. He's there too, guys.
No one's shitting Theory sucks.
No heat for you, sir. Stay in the cold.
Only theory we like is the Big Bang Theory. That's it. So we got. So as the Vision interrupts and Seth gets whisked away, there, LA Knight comes out to kind of beat down, and then the Usos come out to kind of beat down because, of course, they got the problems with the Vision. And then that's just how the segment kind of ends. So I did want to ask you guys, do we feel like this Masked Man storyline with Rollins is already starting to kind of get a little stale? I'll start with you, David.
Makes you wonder if he's really legit not cleared yet. And it just
he's got to be clear by now, right? Like that was I was thinking. I was like, 5 months.
Maybe to do a little bit, but not actually be in the ring, because maybe they had to pull him in a little bit earlier with all the injuries between Braun and Bronson.
But do you think the storyline's getting a little stale with all these masked men and this whole thing?
It was definitely different. I saw a little. I think it was on X. Somebody used like the little Mario thing where they're shuffling all the mushrooms and the Mario heads around.
That's good. That makes sense. I like that. Hev, what do you think? Getting a little stale, or?
I mean, a little 3-card Monty thing going on in the ring. I thought that was kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if it's stale, but I think for me, the whole Vision is just is in the dirt.
It's hurting. It's hurting.
Stale. To me, Austin Theory can't get over Logan. I mean, he's pretty much carrying all the heat right now. You got Bronson's out, Braun Breaker is still out, and I mean Seth probably isn't medically cleared, but hey, we need you to come here and put a button on the storyline. Let's go ahead and wrap this up because I mean it is what a nothing burger, you know.
And that was my biggest problem with this segment in total. It was actually my next question to you guys. Did you guys feel like this moved any kind of storyline forward? I didn't. I just thought this was a big nothing.
I think the only thing maybe setting up Austin and Logan against Usos for the titles at Mania, maybe.
Maybe, but they did bring out LA Knight though, so I don't think they would have brought out LA Knight for no reason.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, unless maybe LA Knight and the Usos form an alliance with the Vision, but then who would be the Vision's third? Because like Paul Heyman, I don't know, like everyone's hurt. Like
they even said Heyman's out for.
Even Heyman's out. Yeah.
Yeah, Heyman's hurt. Even the manager got hurt in the Vision. Jesus, did Danhausen put a curse on the Vision that we don't know about? Like, what is going on? Was that the trade-off? We get Danhausen for the Vision. It's like the Marvel. Like, what did it cost you? It cost me everything.
It's like they're on life support. Like,
yeah, bad.
Is Braun close to coming back? And they're just trying to keep air in his lungs long enough.
It's just kind of sad.
That's a possibility.
Sorry. It's kind of sad because I felt like a lot of people thought that this was going to be like the next Four Horsemen or the next Evolution, and this was the next big thing. These guys, remember it was a whole thing. Oh, who's the next mystery guy? And you can literally see them handpicking who they thought were going to be the next guys to lead the company, as in a Batista or Randy Orton or whoever. And then to see this kind of fall apart is kind of heartbreaking, man.
And it's really no one's fault. You know what I mean? Like, it's really no one's fault either.
I did hear an interesting theory, but
hit me.
That people are getting injured. People are getting injured left and right because they got rid of the house shows.
We talked about that on Friday. We talked about that.
House shows are where people go to practice. Essentially, you practice for the audience. Mm-hmm. You get your reps in. Less reps means you're easy to pull something when you're, if you don't warm up in basketball, or if you only play basketball once, every few months, and you go full sprint, you're going to tear something. Same thing that's happening to, I think, a lot of these wrestlers. They're not wrestling as much. They cut down on the house shows, if there's any. And I think people are just now like, hey, we're not really warming up or wrestling often. We're taking these hard bumps. Like, we're working every day. The body only can take so much, and people are getting injured left and right. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Triple H's fault. Always blame Triple H.
David, I know you were talking about this on Friday a little bit.
Yep. I mean, I agree. I mean, so much you can do at a performance center.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, so I kind of mentioned, you know what I mean? I was like, I said on Friday, like, we all know TKO's all about their money. Like, well, why not offer like a $10 a month premium to sickos like us, and we'll pay it to watch house shows? Like, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, you can still use the product somewhere. You know what I mean? It's not like, I'm sure they look at it like it's a waste. Like, they're like, well, we care about TV, and this is a waste.
From my understanding, they cut down on the house shows just to kind of give wrestlers a little bit of a break because,
yes.
It's 365. Every single day, you're traveling or wrestling, and you got multiple shows, and it was burning out a lot of wrestlers. People are getting fatigued. They said the locker room was, not in the best of spirits. So when Triple H kind of announced this, it was like mixed reactions. A lot of people were happy because, like, I get to go home now in between Mondays and Fridays and get to go be with my family and be a father, and not be like a Rey Mysterio deadbeat dad, So that guy. But I think it's one of those things where I think TKO is also in a lot of hot water. Right now, if they were to say, hey, we're going to charge an extra $10 on top of the ESPN, on top of the premium of, Netflix, on top of all these things, I think people would probably revolt and probably, head up to TKO headquarters.
But on the opposite, I was just using it more of a way to like, okay, let's get the house shows back. And like, okay, you guys can still make some money off of this. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. If that's the trade-off, us real wrestling fans, I mean, I know I'd be willing to make it. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. I'll pay $10 to watch a bunch of dark matches, like I'm cool with that. I have no worries with that.
Yeah, I'm stealing all this stuff through NordVPN anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, as long as they go Netflix International, Hev's good. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
And Heavy, one of the things we said Friday, like Cody's been a big proponent. He's going to them, say bring it back once a month, where they go one weekend a month and do it. I think even something like that would help.
Hell yeah,
absolutely. I think
hell
so.
yeah. But if you're just gonna do one a month, make it $5 a month. Don't make it 10.
Well, no, that ain't not even that. Well, I sent it to you. Now you see there on the YouTube, they're bringing back the old, like from the 90 Latitudes area and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you were telling me. Yeah. So talk about that a little bit, David. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, this like you know how they got the Vault, their YouTube channel. Now they're starting to put up old house shows from the Attitude era.
Yeah, like stuff that never aired. Yeah. I haven't checked any out yet. I gotta check that out.
I went to a couple of house shows back in the day. And I mean, you get comedy out of it because there's no cameras. But like during them, they didn't have lights. They were using wired microphones. So
just wired mics. What up, D Walker?
What's up, D Walk? No Trons, no lights. It was just like basic, just wrestling.
Yeah, just getting at it. That seems kind of cool though. I like that. So
I haven't watched
go ahead.
just to see what they're like, but just like my experience going to them.
Are they available now to watch?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I haven't watched them yet either, but
one is.
The Vault channel and the regular WWE channel are great, man. Like if I'm bored and I'm just like kind of working and I just need something up on the TV, they'll run like they were doing like Best of Royal Rumbles and all that when that was going on. I'm like, oh, this is great. Just and for a guy like me that hasn't been watching very long, it's cool to kind of see this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I actually saw a match with Triple H as what's the full title, like Helmsworth, whatever. Hunter, yeah, like he came out like all dressed up in the suit and stuff. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. I've never seen any of that before.
So
what's that?
Was China with him or no? Not at the
time. No, China. I forget who he was wrestling, but they were actually wrestling in like a pig pen. I don't know if you remember that, David.
Yeah, that's when he was getting his. He had the heat from the.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But you were gonna say something, David?
The one they got up right now is from March of '98. Austin, Rock, Taker, Triple H, and more. Full live event from.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool. Might have to watch that. Yeah.
And sorry, they're doing the ballyhoo, whatever you say, lights. That's about it.
Yeah, D Walker says house shows were fun back then, man. Yeah, I can imagine, man. I missed out on all that stuff. So before we wrap up our opening segment, my question to you is: do you guys feel like we'll see Seth leading up to WrestleMania, or do you think we'll take a little break with Seth now with this whole confrontation with Pierce? I'll start with you, Hev.
If Seth is willing to come back and talk, I think he's going to come back and talk. I don't know how much they're going to do with him. As far as like him not being medically cleared, it's not safe. So, I think it was a shoulder surgery he went for.
Yeah.
So, as long as his legs still work, he can walk and talk. I think he'll be, we'll probably still see him, and he'll be doing his little jump and scurry out the ring, running away from those guys. But, I mean, I've always enjoyed Seth promos, and I think having him there leading to WrestleMania, whatever it leads to. It'll be good. So hopefully I'll see more of Seth for sure.
Before I go to you, David, to your point, Hev, I'm actually kind of surprised Seth didn't talk at all tonight. At all.
Man, it was weird.
He didn't talk at all? Yeah, he didn't talk at all. David.
That's a good point. Yeah. I think he's close to coming back, or they wouldn't be doing this either. So, but I mean, we know it. The crowd's behind him, and he's back.
They were
in the face.
Yeah, they were chanting the woes. They were doing. Whoa! They were doing it. Where
does that leave him and Becky? Because Becky's heel, massive heel, and now Seth is face. How does that work for on-screen dynamics?
It could work because literally they could just keep them separate, right?
True.
Like they don't really, you know what I mean? Like they were kind of mingling them because of the CM Punk AJ Lee kind of thing, but they could just keep them separate like they were before, and it is what it is. I wouldn't read too much into that. But anything else you guys want to touch on with our opening segment before we get into the women's gauntlet?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's awesome. So next up, we get our women's gauntlet match. This, for me, left a little bit more to be desired. So it was an okay match. I'll kind of recap it kind of quickly. Took up a lot of time, obviously. It's a gauntlet match. So we get Io and Lyra come out first. Io ends up pinning Lyra. Then Io's still left and Raquel Rodriguez comes out. We get a little Liv Morgan distraction. But Io still ends up pinning Raquel. And Raquel actually gets kind of angry and starts beating down a little extra. Starts beating down Io Sky a little extra. Oh, look who we got here. My man Los. What up, Los? We got Los representing Arizona in here. What up, brother? How are you, man?
Good, fellas. Sorry I'm tardy. I just finished up a meeting, but I had to jump in.
Yeah. He's like, I'm good. So all you missed is we talked about the opening segment. That's the only thing we touched on so far. So we're just talking about the women's gauntlet right now. So yeah, like I said, Io pins Lyra, Io pins Raquel after the Liv distraction. Raquel gets a little angry, starts beating down Io, and Io is just laid out in the ring. And the next contestant, my favorite, Ivy Nile. I say that jokingly. She comes out. Basically rolls Io into the center, pins her super easy, and then Ivy's still in the ring. Then Bayley comes out with ends up pinning Ivy with a rose plant, and then Bayley actually missed Asuka. Yeah, then Asuka comes out. Bayley pins Asuka. Bayley is our winner, our number one contender. I will say this, and I'll kind of take it around the room here. My personal feeling, I felt like Io Sky was really the MVP of this match because there wasn't a whole lot going on in my personal opinion. I'll start with you, Lo, since you just jumped in. What do you think of the women's gauntlet match here? Was Io Sky the MVP of the match, even though she didn't win?
No, for sure. I thought she was still going to, especially
Me too.
After getting Raquel out of there. But then it turned into like a squash match for Ivy Nile. So yeah, she definitely carried the bulk of that because it was a little bit of a lengthy match. But when after she got pinned, I was like, okay, great, it's gonna be Asuka or Bayley, in which it was Bayley, so it was good.
Yeah, I don't like Asuka, so I'm glad that wasn't the case. Hev, I'll turn it over to you. You think Io Sky MVP for tonight at this match?
Yeah, I feel like she was. I also thought that Ivy Nile, even though I really don't care for her, I thought she had a pretty good showing. That superplex was impressive. She held that for a pretty long time, and this reminds me how strong she really is. Even though I don't really care for her character or some of her wrestling styles, she is a very strong woman. So that was another standout for me, for sure.
David, what'd you think?
It was all right match. I didn't. Honestly, I didn't see Io winning because it wasn't like the winner just is getting the title match is actually next week. So it's a good way for Io not to win, but still look strong like that.
Also kind of an odd group of girls, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically, the match is next week with.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was late to start watching. It was honestly, I fast forwarded and caught up. And
it was. You didn't
watch it
you didn't really miss too much. One thing I will say to kind of touch on what Hev said, I do feel like this was definitely Ivy's biggest spot in a while because she's pretty much been Miss House main event. I call her Miss Main Event because every WWE show I go to, she's always wrestling in the dark match in the beginning, like always. So, and especially when Chad Gable kind of left American Made, and maybe he's wearing a mask now, I don't know. But ever since he kind of left American Made, it kind of left all of them in this weird, like, we don't know what we're going to do with them now because Chad was their leader and now he's gone. It just wasn't the match I was kind of hoping it would be. Any of you guys have anything else on this before we move on? No, yeah, pretty much a consensus. Wasn't the greatest. So after that, we get a match. I say whoops, sorry about that. There we go. After that, we get a match. I shouldn't say a match again. A promo was from Natalia. This was actually shown during the commercial. I didn't see it. Hev, I'm sure you saw it. You got the VPN kind of thing going there. You want to talk about this particular segment since you saw it and none of us really did. Los, did you see it? You didn't see it. Okay. So, Hev, you want to talk about it?
This is the one time I did not actually see it because normally I do see it all, but I was on a phone call and then like I had to do the catch up in this.
Okay, no worries.
Thing where like when it gets to the commercial, it just skips it, so I miss all that if I don't catch it live.
Gotcha.
Definitely did not get a chance to see it, but I just
no worries. I'll recap it. Yeah, I'll recap it. So Natalia Natty cuts a promo, and in the middle of it, Maxine basically just comes out, starts kind of beating her down, just keeping that Maxine Natty thing kind of going. I don't know. What's your opinion on this guy? Do you care about this feud? I'll start with you, David. Do you care?
No.
Hev?
No.
Los? Nobody cares. All right, so we need to move on from this WWE. This is just... I thought we actually did move on from it, but then after tonight, I'm like, I guess not. I guess we're still...
I mean, I like Maxine. She's kind of won me over a little bit, but I just don't... You know what I mean?
Maxine's just, you know what? And it's kind of funny. This is going to be, maybe this will be a clip. I feel like Maxine's slowly getting into that LA Knight territory, which is ironic because they're brother and sister. And I just feel like she's never going to get to that. Right? Like, am I that wrong to think that?
No, that's actually
like she's great. LA Knight's great, but I just feel like they're just something in that DNA just can't get them to the. You know what I mean? Like they're good. Like I'm not saying I don't like them. I like them, but they're just not. It's just not
over under before they leave. They get cut.
Go AEW.
Yeah.
They go to AEW. AEW the following week puts belts around both of them, and then they drop them, and then never do anything with them. So that's kind of how it goes, right, David?
That's the business model.
The business model. Yeah. So that was the only reason I mentioned it is because it was somewhat significant because they actually mentioned that it happened during the commercial break, which they usually don't bring that stuff up unless they have something in the works. So. Hopefully this is our little call out to creative. Don't have anything in the works. We're good. We're not worried about it. We're all good. All right. So our next segment, becoming a fan favorite, definitely one of my favorites. Danhausen backstage. He runs into the original El Grande Americano, who's preparing for his match of the evening, and he wants to be his partner. And Americano's refuses. He's just like, no, like, listen, I got this match. I'm trying to focus. Vamonos. And Danhausen doesn't know what vamonos means. So he said it means get away, leave, get away from here. He goes, oh, okay. And he puts a curse on the original Americano. And as the original, as we're kind of cutting to commercial, we see coming down the hall. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I saw coming down the hallway, the modern Grande Americanos boys. You kind of see them walking down the hallway towards Chad Gable. Cut back.
Towards who?
Oh yeah, original America. Yeah, I'm sorry. Original. Sorry. I don't know. It's the dirt sheets. So before we get into what happens after the commercial break, actually, I guess I should just jump right into it. So we have the Intercontinental Championship with Penta and original El Grande Americano. At least that's what was promoted. But sure enough, the Grande Americano music hits, and it's the modern one. It is not the OG one. Penta's very confused. And by the way, Penta cut a pretty good promo, I thought, in the ring, too. He didn't really say too much other than, like, I'm doing this for everybody. Penta's very confused. The ref's a little confused, but they go on with the match. The match I thought was pretty good. Modern Grande versus Penta. Penta's really been stepping up with this belt. It's his second.
Well, that's his
or
first.
no.
Yeah,
But second match in the ICC. Yeah.
He's a
yeah.
What's that?
He's the workhorse.
Oh yeah. Nah, man, Penta, man, because he'd be wrestling at AAA and he is definitely a workhorse. But Penta hits his Mexican destroyer, pins Americano clean, retains his championship. Like I said, I thought this was probably one of the best matches of the night for sure. Is Penta quietly rising up the ranks in WWE? David, I'll start with you.
I don't think no quiet. He's been over since he's been there.
Well, you know what though? I will kick back a little bit on that. I do feel like until he won this belt, I feel like it has been a little quiet for him.
He had a couple of injuries, set him back a little
bit.
That helped.
Yeah, for sure. Hev, what do you think? Penta's climbing up the ladder here? Main event ladder?
I'm going to echo David's sentiment. I think Penta was a star the minute he came out and cut that very passionate promo with his kids in the front crying. Like, I was hooked. I was like, this guy's going to sell a lot of freaking masks. I was like, this guy, he has it. Whereas, like, Ray Phoenix comes out and he tried to do the same thing and it just falls flat. So it's definitely like...
and that's Penta, his brother.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's definitely Penta. It's not like or whatever you really call it, but it's definitely like he has the machismo. I don't understand. I don't speak Spanish, but like I know passion when I hear it, and you can hear it in his voice, Yeah. So he crushed it. So
absolutely. Loth, what'd you think? You think he's moving up the ranks, moving up the main event ranks?
He's got that it factor, man.
Yeah.
For piggybacking off of Ray Phoenix, right? He's a little bit more technically better as a luchador, right? But he doesn't have the aura, that Penta has. The moment he showed up, I didn't really know about Penta, and I'm Mexican, and I didn't know about him.
I don't think it's a requirement, Lo. So you're good. I don't
even speak Spanish. You know what I mean? So, but when you're talking about like he was instantly over from day one, and like going back to Danhausen too, like that dude, he won me over within a week. When they brought him out, I'm like, dude, what is happening? What is this?
He won me over in one line. His first line when he goes out, Danhausen came out to a thunderous applause, and I was like, all right, I like this guy. Like, I was like, all right, I see where we're going. I like this guy.
But no, I mean, Penta is definitely going to be he is the Latin face of WWE for sure.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I would agree with that for sure. Him and Steph too. Stephanie too.
Yeah,
Stephanie is definitely, but all right, so getting back to Danhausen, his curse immediately comes true. He's 2 for 2 on curses.
Well, listen, I'm
2.
curious. And I text you. I don't think we really caught it. I think he legit put a curse on Miz Friday night. Because he did the point. He said, "You are cursed." So I'm curious where that's going to go Friday.
With the Miz?
Yeah. He actually pointed and said it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really catch it.
Did he say you are cursed or you will be cursed?
Yeah, you are cursed.
You are.
Oh, he did say you are cursed. Okay.
I didn't catch.
Well, I mean, Miz doesn't wrestle that much, but maybe we'll see that.
I would love to see.
Or Miz might be like, yeah, all right, cool, let's be friends, because it did end with Miz being like, wait a minute, yeah, what did happen to Dom on Monday? So maybe, but go ahead, Hev. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say I would love to see more of the Miz with Danhausen. I mean, Miz is comedy genius. And this guy Danhausen, I mean, he definitely has the comedy chops, and I think he's only going to bring up the acting skill and the comedy timing for everybody in WWE. Even Adam Pearce was kind of funny next to him, So I'm excited to see what they go with it. I think his shtick is over like crazy, which pisses me off on why they presented him in a freaking coffin in a box for like 3-4 weeks. Like, just you could have just had him pop up in the back segment and just be like, "Oh, I'm here," and it would have been great.
So I actually was thinking about this. I actually think the whole crate thing and how ridiculous it is actually leans into the Danhausen character, because I didn't know the Danhausen character like you guys, right? But think about it. It's ridiculous. There's 12 females and Danhausen in this crate that are going to come out with like little puffs of smoke. Like,
That's a good point.
you know what I mean? I feel like this is what this, like, it was meant to be what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was just meant to be, and it was bad, but it was supposed to be bad. Like, I think it was, this is how we're going to present him, because he's a ridiculous character, and this is a ridiculous debut. I think where it hurt the WWE fans like us, not so much me, but I know a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be Jericho. It's going to be someone cool. It's just like, no, like, this is 2026. Jericho isn't coming out of a crate. This is stupid. What wrestler comes out of a crate? Danhausen.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of look at it.
Danhausen made the list.
And what I sent everybody earlier, which is crazy, they've already done more with him in what now? 9 days than AEW did with him in how many years?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
he's the number one, top 2 selling shirts. Did you see the video before the show? He was at the souvenir trailer. Threatening fans would be cursed if they didn't get a shirt.
Yep.
I actually missed that. That's funny. I missed that.
and his catchphrase is over and it's crazy. When he goes, "You are cursed," everybody, you can hear everybody going.
Yep.
I'm like, dog, that is the fastest I've seen.
Over.
I'm already seeing it because he hadn't mentioned it. But I'm not going to be surprised at Mania, one of the nights, they got one of those little indoor blimps with his face on it.
Oh my god!
And dude, I really hope, I would love to see him on the screen.
Well, he got the pointing picture, so he did get that. Maybe got the mentor with Miz, right? So he's getting some of his demands. WWE's
the Manhausens.
What's that?
The Manhausens.
Yeah, the Manhausens. Yeah, Hausen's starting to be a whole thing too, which is kind of funny. But yeah, man. So Danhausen, everybody's loving him. I mean, talk about a one of the quickest 360s ever, with people booing to just
fix it real fast.
And he is, and you mentioned it earlier in our little chat, but he is quick. I didn't really catch his response Friday night for where he said, when he was talking about the goth kid, he's like, I was a jock. I was a prom king.
Yeah. So when Miz was just like, I don't want to be around some goth kid, and like under his breath he goes, I was a jock and prom king. But anyway, like it's just, his comedy is just hilarious. Yeah.
Witty.
He's quick with it. Yeah, love it. And who knows? Remember, one of his demands was his own television show. Maybe they do. I don't know if you guys. I'm sure
that's what I think. Wouldn't it Miz? He wants to have his own TV show.
Yeah, the real world.
Miz and Mrs.
Yeah. Well, remember, they haven't done it in a while, I don't think. But remember that Grayson Waller show? I mean, maybe they do something like that. You know what I mean? Like with him.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Corner or some shit like that.
Danhausen's house.
No, Miz TV coming back.
You're cooking.
Oh, we're cooking some stuff here. We're cooking some stuff here, creative. All right, so
Road Dogg is gone. There's a position open for you right now.
Yes, it's open.
It's open for you.
It's open. Our Truth. What up, Our Truth? Nah.
Our Truth's gonna call him Sting.
Oh, you're too funny. But all right. So next was probably the most important part, biggest part of the night, was our Judgment Day storyline. So we're backstage, and Dom's looking for Finn, and JD's like, I'll go find him. And Dom's like, I got something I want to say. So he goes into the ring and basically calls out Finn. It's just like, you cost me my match. Come out here right now. Finn comes out with JD. Oh, I forgot to mention Raquel and Liv were with Dom when he came out. Finn comes out with JD. They get in the ring, and Finn's just like, dude, you always talk about how you want to be the greatest Mysterio of all time, and you could do it if you weren't such a little prick. And I don't know why they bleep out prick. Yeah, they'll let shit go and fuck every once in a while, but yeah, we're gonna bleep out prick. I don't know. So
you got Jay dropping the word bitch every episode. I can't even
yes
watch anymore. I'm like, dog.
Yes,
that's on
Dom's not that bitch,
and that's on USA. Yeah, that was on USA.
Yeah.
Netflix. We're paying you money.
Yeah, that was on USA. Jeez.
But
so after he calls him a prick, they start to get into it, and basically the Judgment Day starts beating down Finn pretty good. Basically, I guess you could say jumped out of the gang. Is how we could kind of look at that. Taking on some street shit, and they jumped him out of the gang. So now, what do we think this leaves Finn? Is this the right move for Finn? I feel like it is the right move for Finn, and probably leading to a Dom Finn WrestleMania showdown. I'm sure that's what we're leaning towards here. I'll start with you, Los. What were your thoughts about this? Is it the right move for Finn, and do we see a Finn Dom match coming up at WrestleMania?
You know, Finn's married to a Mexican, right?
Didn't know that.
He's fluent in Spanish. What if they fought at Triple Mania?
That could be. But I feel like they would still hit that with WrestleMania though. Before.
Oh, for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, there's like the possibility of the crossover too.
Oh yeah.
But no, I definitely see one of the manias that they throw down. That's for foreshadowing for sure. And the same thing with like Grande Americanos, like that mask match. That's all just loading. So
yeah,
we're on a slow cooker. They stomped them out. Next is one of the Mania matches.
And real quick, just so you guys know, I know you guys don't always keep up with the AAA. So Dom is actually fighting Vikingo in AAA for his belt. Vikingo's challenging for the belt. But if Dom loses, he can't wrestle in AAA anymore. He's out.
When is
that? Is that this Saturday, Los? It's coming up very soon. Very soon. It's coming up very soon, though. It's coming up very soon.
I can see Finn popping up in that.
Oh. Yeah.
Voodoo doll.
Yeah. Haven't seen that in a while.
Demonito.
Yeah. So one thing actually I'll go to you, David. Talk about the music as well. I kind of glossed over that part there. But what do you think about Finn, and then touch on the music?
So first thing leading off, Loose Heavy, I don't know if y'all caught it. When Dom came out, he didn't come out to his normal. He came out to Finn's Judgment Day music, the right version, before he started went back to
I didn't realize that.
His original. So I thought that was interesting. You knew the split was coming.
Yeah.
But I didn't think we were going to pull it this quick. Honestly, if it wasn't for, you said, the AAA event, I could see Finn being written off for a couple weeks. Or, I just thought about this. What if they just teased the demon music at AAA during this match? He don't come out just enough to tease him. Remember the old
like
heartbeat?
A little distraction.
He had that heartbeat when that theme.
A little distraction, maybe.
I can see the demon being at Mania.
Yeah, it's going to be.
He's been pretty vocal about why he doesn't like doing the demon character, was because he has to sit all day in makeup. He's been very vocal.
That's a lot of
how much it sucks getting all that makeup done every single night. I want to say he was spending like 6+ hours just getting that makeup put on.
It's a lot of paint.
So it's a lot of paint. It's a lot of time. And there's only 24 hours in a day, in between that, at some point you got to go over the match with somebody. And so I'm pretty sure that we're not going to really see the demon anymore. But I mean, you never know. Never say never.
It's Mania.
It's Mania.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe it would be faster if Danhausen did it.
Yeah, how fast does Danhausen put his makeup on?
That dude looks weird with face paint.
Man,
I actually saw it. Yeah, he paints his ears and everything. Yeah, he goes in.
He got a trademark. You know that paint is trademark. His face paint.
Yeah, he was doing it before Sting.
Yeah, he got the trademark before Sting.
Yeah, Yeah, it is
People were like,
crazy,
we didn't
man.
know. People were like, we didn't know you could even trademark a face paint. I think he was
Yeah.
in it because it was some character, some video game character that had like a very similar thing. He's like, yeah, I gotta get
Yes.
this.
Was there somebody in our group talking about waiting for Truth to say, call him Sting or something backstage?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh yeah,
That would be funny as hell. I was like,
That'd be just.
I don't think they're going to
that would be great.
I didn't want
That
that,
would
but
be
now I really want to see that.
But not really.
Now that needs to happen.
That's funny.
What's Sting doing here? Oh,
Yeah.
God, I can see it now.
Well, and you know what? And again, going back to Danhausen getting over, actually, the first line he says is he goes, "Oh, Code Stone Austin." He like when he called Adam Pearce. He's like, "Oh, disguise, glasses, I get it." I was like, "What the hell?" Yeah, he's hilarious, man. Anything else we want to touch on with the whole Finn Judgment Day? Again, this was like the biggest kind of advancing storyline thing of tonight.
No, I was just touch on the fact that David had kind of said, like, it kind of came a little quick. I think this was the longest breakup. I mean, we've been seeing, Finn make faces behind, this guy's back forever, and just the whole menacing look into the camera after like Dom walks off. I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen. It doesn't happen. It's gonna happen. Oh, it doesn't happen. Okay, what is happening now? They're tag champs. Like, it was so much going on. It was like this breakup has been like in the works, and I feel like every time they try to break them up, they like, we actually need you guys a little bit longer to stick around and keep the storyline going. I mean, they've been like, I think we talked about it. They've been doing this shit since Edge, so this Judgment Day thing has just been still going on. The other thing that was surprising to me is JD McDonough. I didn't realize he was the first one to throw the first real blow and knock down Finn, which was weird because they were tag champs. And
and Finn kind of brought him into the business, right?
Yeah, and when JD knocked his head like really bad, Finn was
a little clothesline.
Yeah,
there was a second there where I thought JD and Finn would go against Dom. There was a second there where I was like, "Oh, wait a minute!
Like,
wait a minute! Wait a minute!"
I thought JD was going to be like torn.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
Like, make a choice. It was like without even hesitation, he just started.
Yeah, I was gonna say he only was torn for like 10 seconds.
That's your boy. Like, what are you doing?
And they brought out the chair, and they were like literally like they were beating him down. Dom was doing his frog splash.
How nuts was that frog splash on the chair? I mean, that will do more damage to you than it would him.
Well, yeah, Dom did grab his ribs. I saw like he did grab his ribs too. Like
you didn't think that out, did you, Dom?
We'll give Dom credit. He protected Finn on that, because usually if you watch whenever they take, they got their arms on the side. They lift their arms up whenever they're taking a splash like that to try to brace. If you go back and look at that one, Dom hit knees first.
Nice.
Because where Finn couldn't get his arms up because the chair he was being held back.
Gotcha.
Really
good
quick,
observation.
Was I the only one that got like the Godfather vibes when Dom walked out tonight? Like, he had the ladies behind him. I was like, damn, you got the whole thing.
I mean, that's Dom's persona, right?
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Ladies Man. Mr. Ladies Man. The mullet and the stash, man. That's it.
The mullet, if you notice, the hair is getting longer on the side. The mullet's going away.
Well, he needs to keep the mustache, though, because him without the stash definitely looks weird. So he's definitely coming into his own as far as a look goes. But good for him,
Let's go back to that, his little bleached hair stuff as a kid.
Oh yeah, the peroxide.
Have you seen that, Matt, when Eddie and Ray were fighting over custody for him?
It's like
he literally has
Hispanic Slim Shady.
Yeah, I have. It's crazy. But so all right, so our next little segment we have, I thought was kind of interesting as well. Possible big storyline stuff coming up here with it. But oh yeah, D Walker says I see a push coming for Finn. Yeah, we definitely see that. He's been doing great in the ring for sure. Especially the matches with Punk definitely shows he's still got it. So our backstage segment was with Javon Evans talking with Mr. Pierce. And one thing I thought was interesting with this was he basically, Adam Pearce was like, oh yeah, you got the whole week off. I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then all of a sudden we get Kofi Kingston coming and basically offering Javon a spot with the New Day. And he was like, you don't have to answer now. It's just like, think about it. But he said, I see a lot of myself in you. And there's definitely been a lot of comparisons with Javon when Kofi first came in. Now, I wasn't watching WWE when Kofi first came in, but I have seen some of the stuff. And I definitely can see the comparisons. I get it. So what do we think, guys? Do we think Javon's about to become the next member of the New Day? David, I'll start with you.
Nah.
He doesn't need it, right?
Yeah. I think he's going to set something. The heel version of New Day is just not working. It's not believable from day one. So I don't know what they're going to do with that.
So maybe I could bring a different perspective from this. So I didn't know the New Day as baby faces. With the what's the guy's name? It's escaping me. That Big E. Yeah. Big E. So I didn't know them with Big E. So I only knew them as heels. And to be honest with you, I like them as heels. I think they're kind of funny. I like the stuff they do.
Ironically, they started off when they first formed New Day a long time ago. They were heels, right? But everybody got so behind them. And then, D-Wall just said it, they're wildly popular faces.
Yeah, they were heels, but I forget something had happened like culturally, and they pulled back because they came out because the New Day was supposed to be like an old Baptist church testament like type of like the New Day, thank God, and all this other stuff. They started back off as that, and then something happened culturally where they're like, "Ooh, we should probably pull back from these characters," and then they made the switch to face. Next thing you know, they have Bootio cereals and like they're serving pancakes, and it was just super over.
Yeah,
and then
they literally had their own cereal.
Yeah, they literally had cereal in.
I have seen that.
Yeah, the Bootios. It's crazy. And then Big E ended up breaking his neck and he never came back, which then led to what I think was, some people think that Cena's heel turn was the best, but I think that heel turn from Judgment Day was a masterclass, dog. Like that was so good. And now, did you watch that, Matt, at all? That Judgment Day heel turn? Who did you see it, David? The heel turn when they first turned heel, or I guess the last time they turned heel.
New Day?
Yes.
New Day. Oh yeah. Oh, when he turned on Big E.
Big E. Yeah. It was I think that I enjoyed that heel turn way better than the scene.
Everybody thought that Xavier was going to turn on Kofi.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on, so they were just like a lot of New Day was coming up with their like 10-year reunion, and it was a lot of tension.
And that's
it was
when
Kofi and Xavier were just butting heads every single week, and
Karrion was getting in Xavier's
cross. Yes, and you just saw like the split happening, and then they both get up there, and everybody's like, "Oh God, here comes the fucking breakup," and then Big E comes out to try to save the group, and then they both turn on Big E, and it was just like, "Oh my God, I did not see this coming." So it was good.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds good. Sounds good. I like it.
You should look into that.
I like it. I like it. Los, what do you think? Are you thinking Javon might be joining the New Day in the future here?
He's bigger than the New Day already.
That's what I think so too. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Kofi more together, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I just don't think it's necessary for Javon. It's probably just a little character trying to dangle a little bit. Who knows? Maybe the character trying to dangle is Javon turns him down, Kofi gets offended, and we get Kofi and Javon at Mania.
I was about to say, is that going to be the Mania match?
We need mid-card matches, boys. Good mid-card matches.
And that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised they gave it to us for free on TV. They have to do something like a ladder match, or I don't know, do something to up it. Street fight or something, but yeah.
They actually did a main event match too. I don't know where it was, but I saw it on I either saw it on the YouTube main event, or it was at the Philly show that I went to.
They had a match on Raw at one point, not too long ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the match on Raw.
Yep. But before that, they wrestled again, like I said, at a main event. I either saw it on YouTube or it might have been before the Philly show. So yeah, they're great in ring together though. But yeah, Javon, definitely another fan favorite that we definitely all love Javon. So what ended up being I guess it's our main event match. Rusev and Obafemi. Big boys going at it. This is old type of wrestling. Yeah, David's got the little strut going there.
There you go,
It was
Lewis.
great. It was great, man. Yeah, it was great, man. I like this match. Probably one of my favorite Rusev matches that I've seen thus far. Because he doesn't really wrestle. He doesn't get on TV too much. But yeah, Obafemi hits his power bomb, pins Rusev, and still ends up being less than 5 minutes, but definitely Oba's biggest test thus far, and it should be because Rusev's the biggest guy he's faced thus far, so that makes sense. What do you guys think? You think Rusev gave Oba his best match yet? I'll start with you, David.
Yeah, and more I'm thinking about it, it makes you think too, because Rusev was hanging with him. Rusev was trading blows. It was affecting him. But all of a sudden that switched his turn. It's like the rest, like, all right, we got to go home. Because the ending felt a little rushed. Not by much, just a little bit. Because all of a sudden he just explodes and all of a sudden knocks Rusev out. Where they were just
it felt like that squash match with Brock and Cena, where he just came out and just murked them, and then it was over.
Well, like at first it won't a squash. That was the thing, and all of a sudden it was just like that switch flipped, like the last two moves.
I did notice that.
Yeah. What'd you think, Hev?
I mean, you guys will appreciate this. Matt won't get it, but big meaty men slapping meat. It was.
Oh, hey, yo.
It was one of those. It's a Big E from the New Day. Shout out to Big E. But yeah, this was a classic. Just your 80s style wrestling. Just two big guys, behemoths going at it. I thought it was a good match. I mean, in a time where WWE doesn't really do short matches, it's nice to see a match finish without a commercial break in between them. But I mean, again, they probably cut it short because they knew Punk was going to need more time to get his promo off. They like to throw him on at the end of the show, and they went probably longer than what they needed to. So they had to probably cut this match a little short, probably whisper in here, "Hey, let's go home. Let's wrap this up." Most likely, but I thought the match was solid. I mean, again, this just builds up to
not run it back, Los. Not run it back. Not run it back.
I think what we're building here is towards Obafemi and Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think this is what we're building to, and I pray that they give it to us at Mania this year. I feel like we're not going to get at Mania, knowing Triple Threat.
I was going to say. So let me ask you this: Do you think that it might be? Think logically, not Do you think it might be a little too soon? I mean, they might want to hold off on the Brock.
I'm still.
If they don't sell enough tickets, I'm saying they're and ticket sales are in the toilet right now. They're not great, and I think this might be the thing that we need some mid-card matches that are going to be great. Let's go ahead and run this. And I mean, if they do, that'd be great. If not, I mean, it is what it is. But
I'm still thinking Seth for Brock and maybe.
See,
because they planted that seed. When they were talking about his return, what is the Beast going to think about his
But to your point, I was going to say, to your point, Hev, you said we need more mid cards and stuff. So don't you think, I'll kind of play devil's advocate here, don't you think if they wait, this actually will be a main event and not a mid card?
I mean, absolutely, this could be a main event, but I mean, you would have to have Brock Lesnar back kind of full time. He's such a part time now, and he has a weird sex case going on. So who knows, how much longer we really have Brock before, whatever. But like, it is what it is. I think that somebody's going to answer the challenge. So if it's not Oba, then I would challenge you. Who would it be outside of Oba? Because I mean, you have Oba going through all these people now, and I can see him coming out of WrestleMania and saying, "I've ran through everybody. There's nobody left," and Oba just marches on out, and the whole crowd goes crazy because he's leading up to decimating all these people. Like, okay, I'm up for the next challenge, which would be Brock, and I think Brock should put him over.
So when you say who, this is my fear. I don't want this to happen. Just letting you know, I don't want this to happen. My fear is since Brock's doing like an open challenge, I feel like it's gonna be like something stupid like The Miz or Danhausen or
Joe
you know what I
Hendry.
mean? Like, yeah, I feel like
Joe
it's gonna
Hendry.
be a stupid ass match, and like they might not even announce it, and it'll be like Randy Orton when Joe Hendry came out. You know what I mean? Now I like Joe Hendry, so I'm not saying, but like just as a surprise, but it's not gonna be someone you want it to be.
To lean
That's my
in,
biggest fear. Go
to
ahead, Los.
lean
Yep.
into that, right? It would be dope if they did it that way, where they literally did the call out the night of at WrestleMania, and it was Oba. That would make the pop go crazy, because
Yeah.
just like
I like that.
Brock isn't around enough to create this whole storyline and the build up to, you kind of have to kind of blindside the whole universe the night of, to where you're like, all right, who's going to be my opponent? And it's Oba, and it's like, yo, like, then
Yeah.
it would be.
Well, Brock
That would be a pop.
is back next week, and I think he's back every Monday till Mania now.
Oh,
I mean, he could be just out there just talking shit, just waiting for somebody to come out. I
don't
mean,
even-
and the whole
he's
thing
not
with Paul Heyman, he's going to have some words for, Seth. So I mean, that could be a thing, but I don't think we're going to get Seth and Brock at Mania.
You know, I was just thinking because you said that have about Paul Heyman and stuff. Paul Heyman's hurt. That means Brock would have to talk.
Brock can talk.
Well, Brock can talk. He can talk. Brock
He's
can
funny as
talk.
hell.
He's great. He had a whole little back and forth for Roman one summer. That was must
Okay,
see TV.
okay,
It was
okay,
great.
okay. All right, I can rock with it. I can rock. Los, you have something to say?
No, I was just reading D Walker's. He said that he sees it being a hard time Brock putting Oba over.
Yeah, I mean, Brock has a thing with black wrestlers. It's been a thing in the black community now for a while. It's been kind of crazy. So I don't really. Yeah, probably not. He's probably not. That's why I said I think he should put him over. But
Yeah,
we all saw. I mean, you didn't see Matt, but we all saw what happened with Brock and Kofi. Yeah, see, yeah, he mentions Kofi right there.
yeah, that's Kofi.
Oh, remember
He did Kofi and Big E both dirty.
So dirty, so bad.
But it was a really good match. I did like this. Like I said, we're all talking about it's going to lead to Oba and Brock definitely crossing paths. Yeah, if it is a good question though, if not, all right, let me pose this to actually everybody, since you kind of posed it to me, Hev. If not Brock, who will Oba be wrestling at WrestleMania? Or do you think Oba's not going to be in WrestleMania? I think he's definitely going to be in, but David, if not Brock, who?
Yeah, maybe they do the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Let him run through everybody.
Not a bad idea.
All right,
Ev?
I don't know, man. I don't really. I mean, if it's not going to be Oba, then it's going to be something goofy, like you said, like Joe Hendry.
That's it. Yeah,
like Joe Hendry, but
yeah.
I don't know unless they bring some guy from AEW or some free agent that we don't know about. They're going to put over. Then like that could be a thing. I don't know who. I don't read the dirt sheets enough to know who's
Jericho.
No, it's not Jericho.
every surprise, it's like it's gonna be Jericho. It's like it never is.
It's never Jericho. It's
never Jericho.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they bring out just a new person. Do you have that? What's that guy's name who was in the Royal Rumble? The black dude, the big powerhouse guy.
Powerhouse.
Was his name?
Hobbs. Royce Keys.
Royce Keys. They could bring him out. They could parade him out as and then give Brock a good run for his money. That's not a
bad. Yeah, that's not a. Especially if Brock's going to be on the next couple Mondays, they could build it up during. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. But
that's not a bad idea.
The other thing I think D Walker might be right as well, possibly LA, because LA was the one driving.
Yeah.
What did he do with Paul?
And again, that would just be a stupid match to me. I would be pissed if that was the match. Well, they do hate LA, so it's possible, I guess. But go ahead, Los.
It makes sense with the segment today too, right? Because they started stomping them out. Division started stomping out LA Knight, and then the Usos came in, right? so you kind of see like the whole tag teams and then LA Knight with Brock to tie it in with Paul,
Absolutely.
which
It could be a
sucks.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an LA Knight fan, what a hard time you're having right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think you need to pick a new wrestler.
Yeah, you gotta pick a new favorite guy.
Yeah, you got a new.
Los and Heavy, you'll get this. That if it's LA and Brock, it just gives that Brock and Ambrose vibe some years ago.
Absolutely.
Which is not good.
It's not great. And
So
I hate to say it, but I mean, LA Knight's losing a lot of steam. I mean, every week it's just like it gets harder and harder to really cheer for this guy. It really does. I get it, but I mean,
we all feel bad for him too. Like we all like him, kind of. So it's like, ugh.
It is. It is what it is. You got Trick Williams doing a better LA Knight than LA Knight. So
yeah.
Then with them lemon pepper steppers, man.
But we did get a chance to talk to you guys on Friday. It was just David and I. One thing I did notice with Trick's entrance, of course, as soon as the music hits, everyone's chanting "Whoop that Trick." But I did notice, I don't know if you guys noticed it, as he got closer to the ring, it kind of trailed off a little bit.
Well, because he's going in the ring against Randy. I think what happened was, which was interesting for me, it was like Trick, I think it's supposed to be a heel coming over from NXT because he was heel last in NXT. And then I just think because he's such a badass character and he's so charismatic that it's getting over. And so it was interesting because he started leaning more face, but then when he got in the ring with Randy, I think Randy's one of those legacy acts that he's so beloved that the thought of anybody saying anything wrong or mean or bad to, Randy is like, what are you doing? It's like talking smack about Mick Foley. Like you just don't do certain things. Right. So I think it was one of those things where he came out and it was just weird. It wasn't weird, but it was like, I think they're trying to hopefully start pushing him as a heel again. Because even when he did a little lemon pepper, he's like, and he did a little stomp. Nobody said anything. It was silent. People were like,
exactly. Yep.
Bro,
we were talking. I think it was just that poor Jarrett's not here to defend his crowd again. I think it was that crowd. That crowd was just kind of.
Yeah, we would say the crowd wasn't the greatest. Yeah.
And that's Jarrett's hometown of Portland. So.
Was that Portland? Oh yeah,
that was Portland. That was Portland. Seattle was pretty good tonight, though. Seattle was good. They had some energy.
Danhausen, what do you want from us, man?
Oh, too funny, man. Too funny. So our final. Actually, you guys want to touch on anything else with the Oba stuff?
Yes.
Now,
wait
wait and see. That's what we're doing here. So our final, we get to our Punk promo. It was cool. It was kind of a little bit of a nothing burger, but it was cool though. Punk basically addressed the backlash from the promo last week against Roman Reigns and mentioning Roman's father, who had passed away, and the Usos come out demanding an apology, and you say, "Yo, man, this ain't about Roman. This is about our family and disrespecting our family." And then Punk kind of goes into this little thing about his relationship with the bloodline, I guess you could say, in general, and why he didn't know Roman's dad. He knew his brother really well, and he said he would visit his brother in Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's where I'm representing from. Called out the city, so I appreciate that, Punk. But again, Jay cuts him on. He's like, dog, this is not about Roman. This is about you disrespecting our family, and we need an apology now. So Punk starts his apology, but in classic CM Punk fashion, he goes, "I apologize," basically because Roman's a dick. Like, it's basically what his apology was. He's like, "I'm sorry that your cousin is an asshole," and that basically led the Usos to just give Punk a old man shove, and Punk didn't get back up. Pretty much.
No, he punched him.
Punched him.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. They got the and then he kind of fell to the ground, and that's kind of where it ended. And the Usos kind of backed down a little bit. Well, that's what it was, right? Like, it's just obviously they don't want too much physicality because they don't want to risk Mania. I get it. I get it. But yeah. So what did you guys think of the Punk promo segment? I mean, even though it didn't necessarily really advance anything, in my opinion, I thought it was still good though. I still enjoyed the segment overall. I'll start with you, Hev. What do you think of the segment?
I thought the segment was great. I'm biased because I'm Chicago's and I like Punk, so this is gonna be a very biased take. So I'll be okay with that. But I like what Punk did. And he's not wrong. Roman's a dick. Roman has been treating Jay and Jimmy like expendable pieces of garbage, and he's never apologized, not once. Even when they went and did War Games, he's like, you with me? And Roman just goes yeet. And I'm like, is that an apology? Is that what the hell was that? So again, Roman has never admitted his wrongdoing and his mistreatment of his family members, which is still noble that they came out and they defended him, which is cool. But I mean, Punk wasn't wrong. The line was a little. I mean, he did toe the line and crossed it by talking about his dad. But I mean, we'll see what Roman comes back with. But I mean, I thought the segment was great, and I thought Jay, who I typically hate when he talks ever in life, he was good. I mean, he is.
Yeah, he was really passionate.
He was passionate. I believed every word he said for once, and it wasn't just yeet mania. There was no yeeting. I actually liked it. Almost like came off heel. I would like to see more of that from Jay than the fucking,
And Jimmy
weird.
too, man. I like Jimmy's pro. Like Jimmy was killing it too on the mic. He was more calm and stoic, but like he kind of laid it all out. Yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, your brother's a hothead. I'll talk to you because you're more whatever." Like it was. I'm like, this is a good cop back. This is great. So
It's
yeah,
like
Los, go ahead.
when they do like their bloodline, like when they get in the bloodline, the character, they actually kill. Like Jay he was super dope as a heel, but like he's kind of a cornball now that he's like Yeethhausen, you know what I mean?
New word, Yeethhausen, trending Yeethhausen.
He said that. He goes, "Oh look, the Yeethhausen here," but no, because I didn't actually get to watch the segment, guys. I had it on my TV on mute because I was in a Zoom. Like I was like one eye over here and one eye over here, right? I could feel like Jay's energy because he was like that hostile back when like he was trying to be, he was punking Sammy and he was like the enforcer, kind of, you know what I mean? So I definitely agree. Like Jay, his aura was so much better to where this character is just night and day versus being a Yeethhausen guy. But yeah,
I agree, David. What'd you think of this segment?
They had very, very good points. I mean, and Punk was right. Roman did the exact same shit to Cody a couple years ago.
Yep.
I mean, Punk bought it up. Him talking about Dusty, but I did like same vibes from Uso. That reminded me of the start of the Bloodline vibes. The way Jay was pacing, that kind of, like you said, that enforcer before Solo came in, kind of thing when main event was born. The right hand man. Sorry,
right hand man.
Do you think we're going back to a bloodline situation?
It was one of the most amazing stories ever, right?
Yes, the biggest story in the history of wrestling.
And by the way, actually, I did catch up on that, guys. WWE had this whole 4-hour bloodline thing. I watched it for 4 hours. I was like, all right, everyone says this is the best story ever. I got to start here. I got to watch this and catch up. So it was really good, really good.
Los and Darren, this would be a good question for y'all. Just storyline, not about what it meant to wrestling. Which is bigger, NWO or Bloodline?
I feel like NWO was more impactful. As far
as going off that, what it did for the business, but just in general.
What do you mean? What it did for the business, or in general? Like,
I guess both of them had good impacts on the business. Because
I was gonna say, I think they both had big impacts. I think NWO changed the way that wrestling is now. Like before NWO, you guys got to remember, the wrestlers were coming out as plumbers and whatever, and NWO came and added the realism that blurred the line. Like, remember Kevin Nash and Hall showed up and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. And we're like, yo, what is this? Razor and Diesel here. And then they started just doing wild shit, like breaking windows. And people were like, yo, is this real? And they started just taking over and people didn't know what was going on. WWE then copied it and said, okay, we're going to call this the Attitude Era. And that launched what wrestling is now today, Whereas the Bloodline, I felt like the Bloodline got a lot of people who wasn't watching during that PG era, like myself and a few other people that I know, got back into wrestling because, hey, what's going on over here? Every time I turned on during the pandemic, there was like a crazy promo going on from like, the Bloodline. They were just crushing with the whole Sami Zayn thing. So I feel like that was big for the business. So it's kind of hard to measure the two, but if you're asking me, I think NWO probably was more impactful, but I feel like in today's modern era, the Bloodline was the longest running one, and I felt like that brought a lot more. That might have saved the business at the time. There's always these little moments where like John Cena stepping up, or like whatever, that kind of Stone Cold coming out and saving the company. Like these little moments that kind of save WWE's ass every time, and I feel like the Bloodline was one of those for sure.
You nailed it.
Those
to definitely piggyback off of Heavy, like the Bloodline, what the Bloodline saga, right? They were like, oh, this is the bottom of the seventh when Paul Heyman was saying stuff like that, right? It fine-tuned like Roman, right? He kind of became that guy. Like it literally, like they dug their heels in and molded him. Same thing with the Usos too, because like when they first came in, they were kind of like a joke. Like no one really took them serious until
you couldn't tell them apart.
Yeah, face paint and everything.
Exactly. And then I think the end all be all is you got to go with NWO, because when that happened, it was the birth of heel Hogan. I mean, he's the immortal, man. You gotta go NWO.
Nice. Good question there. David. What's your answer, David?
Oh, there we go. I think I lost y'all for a second.
Well, I was gonna say, what's your answer, David?
I mean, that's very, very good points on both of them. Because where will we be where we are without the NWO? And I remember I took a little bit of break, and that was, I'm showing my damn age, back getting towards the end of high school when NWO came out, and that grabbed a teenager grabbed their attention again because of that same thing. Because the WWF we knew at the time was, like you said, freaking Kane as Isaac Yankem, like deranged Dennis and shit like that.
Dennis and all types of weird shit was going on over there. It was nasty over there.
And what was Dusty?
Your boy Vince.
Well, now WCW was just as guilty. Because what was Dusty?
Watch that.
What was Dusty's?
He had the polka dots thing going on, and he was dancing around.
That was a joke on Vince. No, when Dusty was back in WCW and he was booking the Shopmaster. That's what Danhausen's debut was being compared to.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't think about that.
But I will give the Bloodline one thing. They never got watered down. NWO at one point, you looked, what was it, 40 damn members? Everybody was in the NWO.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, the NWO definitely ran its course. I mean, some people think the Bloodline ran its course because it was like this never-ending story of Roman and his cousins. But
that's family. That's like legit family.
The one thing I will say is Roman's Bloodline, he definitely put on his family. Like, you don't get main event Jay. You don't get Jay as a champion. You don't get
Solo.
You don't get Solo. You don't get a lot of things. And like what Roman did for his family was really like elevate every last one of his family members, which is kind of crazy.
What he wanted. I mean, listen to the interview.
It's what he wanted. Yeah.
I mean, I think not going too much down the rabbit hole, but Solo, he was NXT, completely different character. He was known as the Street Fighter, wrestling barefooted.
They would tease him. Matt, they'd be like, this boy don't even own no shoes. He just owns barefoot.
That's funny. Awesome. So
Solo looked like he was gonna go fight in the Kumite.
Well, I mean, I remember watching how it was kind of funny because who Solo is now, when I was watching the Bloodline story, that 4-hour thing, to see where he came from, where I'm like, this dude doesn't even talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of there. Like, to see where he's at now, it's like, Night and day. It's crazy.
It was like a year he didn't talk at all. Like for 1 year, legit didn't say a word.
They would get him like Sammy would get him to break. That would be funny as hell.
Would break everybody. I love it when he's like, "I got tickets. I got tickets."
Oh yeah. He finally started talking.
The whole Usi thing. That was just
Usi.
That was just. But going back to Solo, like, yes, he's talking funny as hell, but he was the one that was actually over. Everybody wanted to see him turn on Roman for the longest time. He never did. Well, never did until after he lost the belt.
And you look at Solo's career; he's done a lot. I mean, people kind of gloss over.
I'm a fan.
He beat Cena at Mania, clean.
But no, more than Mania. It was like at some other.
That was at Mania, bro. That was the first.
No, he came back. He came back at Mania. It was like it was some other. It was elimination.
I want to say it was WrestleMania
Royal Rumble.
It was a Mania. I remember Mania 38 or something like that. It was like 38. I want to say in LA. And then I remember. The only reason why I remember this because it was like the first match. Was the first match?
I just Googled it. I Googled it. Solo beat John Cena at Crown Jewel November 4th, 2023.
Was it Crown Jewel?
He gave him like what?
That's what Google machine says.
Oh yeah, it was over. It was in Saudi.
John Cena.
Oh, too funny. Well,
Solo gave him what, like 12 Samoan spikes or something.
Yeah, either way, he still beat him clean. Solo, when you look at his career and you see all the wins he has, it's pretty impressive.
And he's good on the mic. He's funny. Like I like him. I'm a fan.
He need to get him out of the comedy act he is now and back to.
I think they need to do a shift with the MFTs or something. The MFTs just it ain't working. It ain't working. And Solo's good by himself. I think Tama can be good by himself. Yeah, I think they need to shift that. They need to mix that up.
The problem with the NFTs, I don't know who's who. Tonga, like the Tong. It's like it's too many Tongans. Like I can't keep track of this. You talking to me saying Tonga. I'm like, which one is that one?
Tama's the one that he was like the first one that came out to help Solo. The one that whatever that little freaking funny as hell thing. But he's the one that's got the history with Shinsuke.
Yeah.
So they're teasing that.
That boy juicy right now.
He bigger than he was too. Yeah, he's swole up.
He's taking what AJ Styles was taking.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, that was the show. We'll do ratings. My rating out of 10. We're doing out of 10 now. My final Raw rating, I'm gonna give it a 6.8. 6.8 is what I'm gonna give it. Solid, but again, it started out really bad. Like honestly, I was actually the way I kind of do this, by the way, I actually will rate every segment and then just kind of average it out with ChatGPT. Nice. I'm not doing math. I'm not doing all that. But before the Danhausen segment, we were at about a 4.4. It was bad. But then things started to pick up a little bit.
Didn't really get a chance to shine tonight.
Yeah, no. But once he came on screen, then things started to pick up with the Judgment Day stuff and everything else. So, that's my rating. What are you thinking there, David?
6.2, and that's being nice. Well, we know, like we said Friday, we got 6 weeks now to Mania.
Yeah.
So it's going to be peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
we're down in the valley.
This is a valley. This is a valley.
I'm gonna say like 5.2 to be honest with you, man. Like that, I felt that women's gauntlet just ate up a lot of time. It was a lot of nothing. Yeah. I didn't care. They had the maxing thing off TV. That was a bunch of nothing. The Punk promo was good, and the Danhausen stuff was good, but it wasn't enough to bring it above a 5 for me or 6 to me. So that's just me.
I tell you what, the gauntlet match, I personally ranked that by itself a 6.1, and without Io Sky, that would have been like a 3. Like yeah, she kind of helped elevate that a lot. You know what I mean? Los.
I mean, I'm rounding up. I could do like a 6.
Solid 6.
It was
about the same.
It was sluggish. You know? The ladies match was long, and you really didn't get much context. You know, it's like this was one of those like we're planting seeds and we're just
Mhm.
developing things. This is brainstorming what's gonna stick, right? But
We just said Oba's match wasn't that great. It was short. It wasn't that. We felt like it was cut short. If that was longer, it would have been better.
yeah,
You know, here's the kind of messed up thing. The next thing I want to do is match of the night, and I'll actually still give it to the Rusev and Oba.
yeah.
Even though it was that short.
won't
You know what I mean? Like, it's still the best. You know, Penta's match was good too, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like,
Was it
yeah.
four matches total if you count the Intercontinental Women's match? Always one.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm
Yep.
curious, what's chat think? I know D Walker and everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
your match of the night? While we wait for that segment of the night, though, was definitely, in my opinion, Judgment Day. You know what I mean? Like the Judgment Day Civil War, I guess we could kind of say is maybe coming to a. I guess you can't say a civil war. It's just Finn getting jumped out of the group.
He just got stomped out. But
Yeah,
I gotta
got jumped out.
jump off, boys. It was
All good, brother. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're about to wrap up here. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you, Los. Later, brother.
Later.
Good brother right there. So that, you know, I would give that. Other than that, you know, heat check kind of rising up a little bit. Dominic's definitely got a lot more heat on him now. You know, Oba's definitely rising. Penta's rising. Bailey's rising. What do we think of Bailey, AJ Lee? AJ retained and went that?
Oh yeah,
I think so too.
I mean, we know what's getting Becky. I think Becky returns.
I don't know, man. I hate to be the guy who goes against the grain. I think,
Oh, you think Bailey? No, I like that.
I think Bailey's gonna take it off of her. I just don't see AJ as a fighting champion. You know, I don't think she's back for long. I think she's just back to kind of prove that she still got it. And I mean, the belt would be better on Bailey. I think she can help raise the belt, and I think it lead to something interesting with her and Lyra Valkyria. You know, that's just me.
I still see AJ and Becky at Mania, but Bailey,
See, but she doesn't need the belt for that either, though. You know what I mean? Like they don't need the belt for that.
Yeah, I agree with that. They don't need the belt. They hate each other.
But that'll give Becky something that nobody's done. The first three-time Intercontinental Champion in the women's.
It would do, yeah.
And then
I
it
still
just
think
wouldn't be her saying it.
Bailey and Lyra.
The greatest Intercontinental champ of all time. It's not just her saying it. Yes, Vince does it. The Inquirer.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, to your point, Hev. I don't remember if this was a show you were on or not, but I did mention, I did question how much we were gonna see of AJ Lee with the belt because she's not full time. So I wouldn't be shocked if Bailey won, to your point, because, you know, if AJ's not going to be around every, you know, other week at least.
And that's something that Bailey's never, and she said she's never gotten, and I think it's just a setup to like her getting it and us being really excited when she does grab it. So,
and they did have that backstage segment too with her kind of talking, you know, about that with Lyra. So I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. That's a
wouldn't
good.
be mad at it. I'd still, like I said, I think Lyra and Bailey are gonna be in a tag title match.
Yeah, and then you know, and then we'll kind of see what happens with El Grande Americano and
he advertised that for next week, which is
weird. I thought that was a Mania match but
it's not a mass versus mass. It's just a straight.
No,
it's a straight match. Yeah, I think that's going into no contest or some kind of shenanigans.
Yeah, and speaking of which, do we have what's going on SmackDown? I actually didn't look this up. You guys have any announced matches for SmackDown?
Not that I have already. I mean,
you got Cody and Randy gonna be their first interaction.
Oh yeah, yep.
Would be nice. Mask versus mask would be at Mania. D. Walker says. Hopefully,
I still think that belongs. I know it's. I agree with him. I think it is going to be at Mania.
Oh, we have Jay Cargill and Michin for a non-title match. This is something I did want to talk about. I'm glad I googled this. Jelly Roll's making an appearance. Why would he be making an appearance unless he's going to wrestle at WrestleMania?
You think he doesn't have a clear opponent right now.
He just pop up.
For no reason, he's just going to come in.
He's done it several times before.
He has, but I mean, this is Mania season, so I mean, this Mania always has like one celebrity match, you know, at the end of every year.
And he showed out. He showed out at SummerSlam. He showed out.
Whoever they pair him with, and you know, they'll come out and interrupt him mid promo, and maybe Jelly Roll is getting back into the ring.
Kit.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Kit would do doing good. You know,
Kit or what if they do like a because you know R-Truth makes music. What if they do like a whole?
They're both face. Unless do like a part, like a tag. No, because R-Truth with Damien. Yeah, remember they get a shot.
Oh, yep. So R-Truth and Damien versus Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll. Is that what we're going with? Oh my God! Now we're doing comedy bookings.
Now we're fantasy booking, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, now we are fantasy booking. Oh, too hilarious. All right. Oh wow. So yeah, D Walker says the plan is for 16 total matches, is what he's heard. Well, we got a long way to go.
Eight matches a night. I mean, I guess it could be fun.
Yeah, but we only have
8 matches a night is a lot.
What do we have?
They added that extra hour too each night.
Wait, they're adding an extra hour to Mania?
Yeah,
for each
so
night?
but wait, did they say it's adding an extra hour or they're starting an hour early?
They're starting an hour early, but they weren't surprised.
I don't know if they said they're just adding an extra out, like that's a bonus hour. I don't know if that's a bonus hour with there.
D Walker said, yeah, they added extra hour. I haven't heard.
Oh wow!
They just don't need to do like they did at 35 when Becky and Charlotte and Ronda. That was freaking 12:30, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. That was
yeah, it's not great.
That was too long. That was some AEW shit there.
Yeah. That's a little long.
They got like 9 matches on their pay-per-view coming up in the next couple of weeks. That's all.
Damn.
Man. Well, I mean, they focus. They're a wrestling company, not sports entertainment. So,
all right. So one thing I do want to just touch on before we jump off here, you know, it's still on Peacock if you didn't get a chance to see it and you need to catch up on some NXT. Vengeance Day was awesome. I kind of feel bad because all the like wrestling podcasts and you know different shows and on Sirius that I listen to, the talk obviously is all Cody and Randy. And poor Vengeance Day barely got mentioned, but there are some awesome matches at Vengeance Day. Definitely check it out. I'll definitely co-sign that if you get a chance. Definitely check it out.
The Tony reference when he had his hair all crazy like Seth and
he took his hair out and Tony D'Angelo. It's every time I see him come on the screen, I like do an impression in my head. I'm like, I'm Tony D'Angelo. I'm here to kick your ass. Like, you know, it's I don't know, it's terrible. Whatever. Yeah, it's terrible. It's good. Tony D. I'm Tony D. I'm gonna kick your ass. But yeah. So all right.
The ladies did cook.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like Hev, they actually had Lola Vice. They had Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan do an underground match. So they just took all the ropes off of the ring. And just went at it. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
Style. I like that.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope, man. It was a really good show, and I just feel bad because I feel like it kind of got overshadowed by the Cody Randy thing because that's all everyone was talking about. And then the second thing they were talking about is Danhausen. You know, so they kind of got overshadowed a little bit. So I just wanted to show NXT some love, man.
It was the Easter week, the first week in April. That's their next one, and they got the triple.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. And yeah, in fact, the Triple Threat this tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow, right?
No, I think no.
Or they're saving that for the show.
When is it? It's not this one, but it's
Look, but they got a triple threat coming up with JC Jane, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. Now that Zarya and Sol Ruka kind of split, they got beef now. So, yeah, whole deal. But all right, Hev's yawning. That means we got to get up out of here. I'm tired too. I got to take my edible and get some sleep. So all right, thank you guys so much for joining. Much love. Shout out to D Walker, man. Always coming through our resident chatter. No one else chats, so we appreciate you, D Walker. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hev, for coming through, man. Appreciate you, David. Thank you so much. And we'll be back Friday after SmackDown. I'm available, so I'll be there. David, you're available too. All right, awesome. So Hev, I'm sure you're working, man. Hev's always busy. Friday, yeah, you can't mess with Fridays. I got you. Bro.
3 more weeks before it cranks up.
Yeah, I have my my team working for me, so I can take a night off and just enjoy SmackDown. So we're good. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate the love. Make sure you're following on all the social media. After the bell, we post a bunch of clips, all that kind of stuff. The clips been going crazy on YouTube, especially, man. So appreciate all that love. And until Friday, enjoy your week. Peace. Signing off.
Appreciate everybody.